This is November update on my orchids. And the most exciting part of this update is this little Safranitis Cerno is growing buds. That is very, very exciting for me because it's Cattleya, technically. And so I got Cattleya with buds. I got this plant from Rescatzel. Thank you, Rescatzel. And well, now I can't wait to see the blooms. Now that other new thing in my tank is my Vanda tessellata. I squeezed her here to try and make her bloom. If you watched my other videos, you know that I did bloom few Vandas without much effort, with just natural lighting. But this Vanda tessellata is the plant that kind of reigns on my parade. It is healthy, it is blooming size, has lots of roots. I have it for 2 years and it hasn't bloomed for me. I bought it together with Vanda Racheldiana. I think I bought them in spring 2 years ago, and Racheldiana bloomed next spring. And I thought, oh, probably tessellata will bloom in the summer. But summer went by and fall went by and it doesn't bloom. So for about a month, I was trying to make her bloom by fertilizing with bloom like fertilizer that is for blooming. It's called Dynagrow Bloom Pro. I think it has a lot of phosphorus maybe in it, but it didn't help. So I went on the web and I read somewhere that to bloom, tessellata requires at least 10 hours of sunlight through the year. And of course, in natural conditions, here in Canada, I cannot do it because our winter days are short now. Nowadays are very short here. So that's why I put Vanda tessellata here, and for at least 10 hours every day, it will have T5HO lights shining on her, which should simulate the sunlight, basically. So we'll see if it helps or not. If it doesn't help, then, well, I don't even know why do I have it. This Vanda tessellata. It is Vanda tessellata blue, which makes it a little bit more interesting maybe. But if it doesn't bloom, then forget it. This required a lot of moving around my orchids, rearrangements, to fit in this big plant, and I had to put her roots. She had roots sticking out everywhere, so I had to put them back in a pot, and I had to bend them, so that was a lot of work to put her in. But now she's in. I'm still giving her that Bloom Pro fertilizer, and so I will be waiting for a spike, really. Now the thing on Dendrobium senile, it's probably a keiki. Like, I cannot decide what it is, but I did move it into tank because since it's growing something, I don't want to give it a rest now, right? So we'll see what it is. It did lose all the leaves. They went yellow and dropped, but now there is something growing. I'm not sure what it looks like. Probably keiki. So let's see in maybe a couple weeks. Maybe it'll be clearer. Anyhow, it's the wrong time to grow something, but it does it, so it stays in a tank. There's another bud to look forward to on my Phalaenopsis. That's the sequential bloomer. It produces a bud at a time on either spike. So I always have something in bloom here. And it actually smells very nice. This Phalaenopsis has awesome fragrance. Very sweet and pleasant. Looking forward to this flower. My slippers moved inside of tank. All of them, even Stone A. At first I was reluctant. So I tried and I watched it very closely. But it's doing fine. My previous Stone A kind of rotted in a tank. But this one looks fine. It's growing new leaf nicely. Actually, all of them are growing new leaves. Even the Sanderianum and this Anitum hybrid and even Emersonii. And what I did, I boiled the egg and I took eggshells and I kind of grinded and put in the soil, and well, for a couple days my tank smelled really bad, but it went away. I don't know why. I think because of those eggs. Probably there were some residue of actual eggs. So that's for calcium supplement, I guess. And what else? From my Phragmipediums, only one, Ingrid Partila, is in a tank because it looks good here. It doesn't rot anything. But my other two Phragmipediums, I put them in a tank. But they started kind of rot, the leaves in there. The Kavakii rotted the middle old growth, and this one rotted some leaves, so I took them out. And they're not in very good shape actually. The roots are mushy. They lost the roots, so I'm not sure if they're gonna do good or not. Probably not. We'll see. And well, here's the thing. I gave, because I know they like humidity, and our houses here getting pretty dry during winter when heating works. So I know that this frog is not actually meant for the plant room. It's kind of like just for the bedroom or something. But I think it will do the job because it's a small room, and as long as it keeps it around 50% humidity, it should be fine. What I might do actually is to buy a little fan too, because now it seems like all the mist, I don't know if it circulates through the whole area where the orchids are. Maybe not, so maybe if I buy the fan, it will help to move the moist air around. So that's my orchids got a little friend, frog the fogger. And also bought new, this is the tropical plant. It's kind of like, what do you call it? Spider plant, but it has curly leaves. It's spider plant Bonnie, that was the name. I think it's kind of neat. I'm not very good with tropical plants, but I decided to try it. They told to be very easy to grow. I think it's a really cute plant. So that's the new plant in my orchid room. And what else? Oh, I also moved my Cattleya alaurii from the tank here on the windowsill. I'm trying to make her bloom too. And I know Karina was able to bloom this species, and she had hers on the windowsill. So mine was in the tank for like forever, for years, and never bloomed there. So I took it out, and we'll see if it blooms. It's on this vase because I didn't have any other means to hang it. I think it works well. There are stones in the vase, so it's stable. And yeah, so I need to water it more now out of thing. But that's okay, it's just one plant, so it's fine. And this is Epidendrum porpax, which came out of tank too because it did not bloom there. So I thought maybe it needs some colder temps during winter. That's what it's getting now. So I'd like it to bloom. Had it for a few years now inside of tank, and it grew nicely there but never bloomed, so maybe it will bloom here, hopefully. So that's my small update on the orchids for November. No new orchids, unfortunately, because shipping season ended. So my shelves are half empty, waiting for spring. That's when I will buy a lot. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.